Welcome to New Sky TV. Amidst a shocking turn of events, the line between sincerity and scheming has been drastically blurred. Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin's red carpet interaction has once again thrust the entertainment industry into the eye of a media storm. Undeniably, their chemistry is not unfounded. During their collaboration on the hit short drama Summer of Fendra, they quickly developed a rapport that transcended ordinary partnerships amidst intense filming and emotional resonance. Liu Xiaoxu shielding Guo Yuxin from the rain and casually adjusting her dress. These unplanned, impromptu actions were frequently captured by staff off-camera. At the rap party, their emotional breakdown and tearful embrace were interpreted by viewers as a brief lapse in the boundaries between character and reality. The intensity of their emotions at that moment certainly didn't seem entirely acted. This rapport has also extended into public appearances. During the red carpet and interviews, Liu Xiaoxu's subconscious protective actions appeared repeatedly, adjusting the microphone distance, blocking his way in the crowd, slowing his pace, etc., almost became a conditioned reflex, while Guo Yuxin's blushing and diverted gaze when he improvised were also regarded by fans as instinctive reactions that cannot be faked. It is these small but real moments that have provided fertile ground for the continued fermentation of the CP narrative. However, the real explosion of controversy came from the cardboard cutout incident. At the Red Fruit Awards in February 2026, Liu Xiaoxu walked the red carpet holding a cardboard cutout of Guo Yuxin and read her handwritten letter. The official publicity quickly packaged it as the best after-sales service and the most memorable moment of the year. But another voice followed. Liu Xiaoxu's expression was restrained and his gaze avoided on camera, which led some viewers to question whether he was emotionally absent and seemed to be just going through the motions. Given the failure to fulfill the director's promise of a duo reunion at the previous National Drama Awards, which had already triggered a backlash from fans, this standee interaction has been interpreted by many as a remedial public relations maneuver, using a highly topical format to quickly appease public opinion and recapture lost momentum. In other words, this wasn't a simple display of emotion, but a commercial operation under risk control. The truly intriguing aspects lies in this: if it was entirely a publicity stunt, why were the details so inconsistent? If it was entirely genuine, why did the key moments seem deliberate? The answer might be that in today's entertainment industry, genuine emotions and commercial strategies are highly intertwined. Sincerity provides the fuel, the team amplifies it, instinctive reactions are real, but the stage presentation is inevitably calculated. Therefore, Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin's red carpet interaction is less a contrast between truth and falsehood and more a realistic example of the entertainment industry. When emotions become commodifiable content, actors are both parties involved and part of the product. The reason audiences remain captivated is precisely because of this ambiguous tension of half real, half acted. It doesn't offer a definite answer, but constantly generates emotional resonance. On a stage where traffic and emotion collude, perhaps the most authentic thing is never the conclusion, but rather the hesitation, pause, and loss of control captured in that instant. It is precisely within this dual structure of restraint on stage, meticulousness behind the scenes that the relationship between Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin becomes increasingly intriguing, creating a more complex space for interpretation of their interaction. From clothing to seating, from camera angles to movement, nothing seems accidental. Coordination and styling is repeatedly amplified. The rose corsage in the Midsummer series earrings form a visual code, neither overt nor too subtle, yet easily recognizable to audiences familiar with the work. The temporary adjustment of their seating to adjacent positions in the inner area allows the camera to repeatedly and precisely capture moments of the two whispering to each other, exchanging glances and nodding. Industry insiders revealed that the team did indeed communicate with the organizers beforehand regarding movement and positioning, not forcibly binding them together, but ensuring there's a story to tell. The brilliance of this operation lies in, it doesn't create conflict, only ambiguity. Even more intriguing is the attitude of the parties involved. Guo Yuxin's statement during the live stream, "Let's be open and honest, only talk about the plot, not personal matters," seemingly distancing herself from rumors, actually provides ample safety boundaries. Liu Xiaoxu's repeated emphasis on not creating a CP, couple pairing, and avoiding the drain on the role in the industry context resembles a mature actor's wariness of the side effects of excessive popularity. They consistently refer to each other as good partners and good friends, acknowledging their chemistry but refusing to define their relationship emotionally. This unified stance itself reveals a high degree of self-awareness and collaboration. Data provides a more realistic answer. Joint endorsement fees are 40% higher than individual endorsements, and sales conversion rates surge by 400%. Brands even explicitly include duration of screen time and interaction in contract terms. In the eyes of capital, emotion equals value, and relationships equal productivity. The platform capitalized on the red carpet buzz to promote the film adaptation of Summer of Fender, with a 30 million yuan investment quickly secured, proving this narrative has been validated as an effective model. So the question returns to its origin: is this calculation or simply going with the flow? Perhaps both. Genuine tacit understanding provides credibility, restrained statements prevent loss of control, and meticulous packaging amplifies benefits. This is not a one-man show, but the result of highly mature collaboration within the entertainment industry. The real brilliance lies in this: they didn't tell the audience what our relationship is, but rather constantly created opportunities for how you can interpret it. This open narrative protects the actor's professional boundaries while maximizing market potential. When genuine emotions aren't overexploited, and hype isn't definitively confirmed, discussion itself becomes the most enduring source of buzz. Perhaps this is why the story of Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin continues to garner attention, not because the answer is clear, but because in the gap between truth and falsehood, the audience sees the most authentic side of the entertainment industry. Emotions are calculated, but not entirely fake. Business is designed, yet authenticity is still essential. It is precisely in this vague yet precise gray area that the relationship between Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin is constantly being reinterpreted, and the temperature of public opinion rises repeatedly. While the outside world is still debating whether the sugar they're seeing is fake, the truly clear-headed ones are actually both teams. They never directly address the word relationship, yet leave room for interpretation in every captured moment, not holding hands, yet side by side, not making statements, yet tacitly in sync, not officially announcing it, yet always on the same wavelength. This almost close, yet distant state is precisely the lowest risk, highest reward narrative method in the current entertainment ecosystem. It neither consumes the artist's private lives nor fails to continuously activate public discussion. It's worth noting that as the popularity rises, public opinion begins to diverge. Some viewers are immersed in the details of their natural expressions, repeatedly analyzing their eyes, positioning, and poses frame by frame. Others quickly become alert, believing it to be a proven industrial template. But regardless of which side you take, one fact cannot be denied: their appearances together do indeed create emotional fluctuations. This emotional value is itself the most scarce resource. A deeper turning point is that, as the CP, couple pairing, is constantly amplified, the characters are not consumed. The core of the discussion about Summer of Fender still returns to the characters' fates and emotional tension, rather than the actors' private lives. This means that the so-called avoiding the consumption of characters is not empty talk, but a strictly enforced red line. They captivated audiences with their stories, not gossip, a rarity in today's environment. Perhaps time will naturally dilute this relationship, or it may be rekindled in new works. But whatever the outcome, it has become a landmark case, between popularity and professionalism, between authenticity and strategy. Actors are not passively chosen, but can participate in designing the rhythm and controlling the boundaries. When the hype dies down, what remains may not be the answer, but the methodology. This is why Liu Xiaoxu and Guo Yuxin's names repeatedly appear in discussions, not because of the scandal itself, but because they precisely tapped into the most sensitive and effective narrative points of this era. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.